Now we are in 2021, and exactly 1 year ago I have reviewed a Vanguard 206, which is at that time £71.99. Today I'm going to show you this by WiMiUS, and this is the model S25, and I managed to break my own budget record. So this one was on the market for £99, and then they have some discount off, and then at the moment there's £20 of voucher on screen on Amazon UK. So £2 something cheaper than in 2020 January. But is it any good? Well, let's find out. I mean, the technology for this one I think is a 720p, so it's not even that high definition. So as a first projector or for something fun, I think this is okay. And all my video is not rehearsed. I'm not here to sell the product, purely for you guys to see what your money can buy. Now, my personal opinion about the packaging is that it's quite simple. I do quite like the idea of, selling you the lifestyle. I mean, look at that, there's no wires. I don't understand. People who do this kind of marketing thing, like, for example, Hoover, they always don't show the wires. Toasters, they don't show the wire. It's not really realistic, is it? And the other thing is, like, they spend absolutely no proving of like English. Is like native, it's become mative, M-A-T-I-V-E, mative 1080 by 720p, is it? But if you are not taking care to like spell check your specification, I'm not sure what else are they going to cut corners on. Let's open it and have a look and see what you can get for £69.99 in 2021. I'm sure you can find this cheaper, like, on the eBay, or even buy direct from China. But I do recommend buying it from Amazon because they have a very good aftercare service. So if you have something that you don't like, or if it's broken, you deal with Amazon instead of sending it back to China. Pretty standard nowadays, come with a very good handy carrying case with the logo in the front, which is WiMiUS. 3-pin plug for the UK user. You got HDMI cable, kind of a RCA cable, remote control, and the actual projector itself. It's a quite nice looking projector, I have to say. I got all kind of rounded edges. In my previous video, people always ask me, oh, how do you mount it on the ceiling, and is it possible to mount on the ceiling? Well, this one comes with a tripod mount on the bottom here, so you do need some kind of a upside down bracket with a tripod screw, and then you can mount it on the ceiling. On the top, you got kind of the focusing ring, and then the keystone is in the front as well this time. Power button, and then a couple of menu button. On the side is where all your connector is. So here you got your headphone out, AV jack, you got 2 USB ports and a HDMI port on the side. So only one HDMI, but 2 USB ports. You got a tiny speaker outlet on the back here, and then you got a heatsink outlet on the side. Bear in mind, all projectors now need to disperse their heat, and the fan usually drive air through and dispose of the heat through the heatsink, and that's where the majority of the noise comes through. So here we go, projector. One of the cheapest now I can find on Amazon UK. So the top LED turns to blue from red to show you that it's actually powered up. So to hear the fan noise, obviously my mic is over here, so I'm arm's length away. It's not too bad. So here I have the projector set up, so about 3.6 meters away. And this is kind of the sweet spot for the biggest display that this unit can do. 120-inch diagonally across is what it's displaying at the moment. Any further back, the light can still shine on the wall, but the focus will stop. It can go smaller, but it can't go any bigger. I think there is a digital function to zoom in and out, but I don't usually use that because it usually means that it just excludes part of the sensor, so you're not going to get the full resolution. It's already on 720p, so it's going to be even lower. But if you want a smaller image, obviously you bring it closer to the wall. Okay, now this is really, really sharp on the wall. A lot sharper and a lot brighter than before. And this has become a 63-inch. And if you go even closer to the wall, is there a limit on how close it can go? So this is the other end of the spectrum. You can't get any smaller than this because it wouldn't allow me to focus. And if you look at this, it's literally only like 4 feet away from the wall. So this is really, really small. But if you look at that resolution, it's super sharp, but no one watched such a small screen. Alright, so I turned down the light so you get the best kind of experience with this kind of projector. You can't have the full lit room to see the image properly because this kind of projector is not designed for daylight. Now, all my previous projector, I have been just resting them on a chair. If it does come with a little tripod mount, then I will put them onto a chair. But I can't do it with this particular model because anything to do with the keystone, anything more than, let's say, a 5 degrees of change, for example, if you put it too low down, it has to tilt up, it can't focus correctly. And I can't get a clear picture with any type of a keystone adjustment. So it's almost like the projector has to be horizontal to what you're projecting out, which is really strange. I never come across that before. I don't know if it is a faulty optics or something, but this is what I come up with at the moment. At this distance is about, I would say, just less than 12 feet away from the wall. And diagonally across this is about 70 inch. So it's still bigger than your kind of expensive, biggest like kind of LCD that no one really can afford around here. Now, if I bring you closer to the screen on this menu system, and you can see up close what the Pixel looks like. It's not too bad in terms of the focusing. I can see that, you know, from the middle to the edge, kind of quite consistent. I mean, I have tested a few of the budget projector where usually the middle part is really, really clear. And then as you go to the edge of the screen, they start to go blurry. In this case, yes, it does blur a bit, but to be honest with you, it's not that noticeable. In that sense, I'm quite impressed with this projector. Fan noise wise, it does have noise, but it's not too bad. And the other thing is, yeah, there is no media card reader built into this machine. So you might have to use a media card reader in order to play anything off the SD card. Now I have a hard drive attached to the USB port. Now I'm standing kind of behind the projector right now and I can't really hear much. It's so soft, the volume. I mean, now I'm really close to the screen right now, so you can see the individual pixel. You can see the houses. The little huts now become dots. But there is not a lot of blur. In that sense, I'm quite happy with this. But the sound, not so good. So that's the little speaker where the sound is coming from. Now, one of the selling points for this kind of projector is that it has Bluetooth built in. So it's connecting. So now it's connected, so the sound should be coming out from the speaker.
Steps are difficult, I'm exhausted, but I did not fall. Something goes coming up. Free like a god, also bound, and my footsteps.
So if you have Bluetooth speaker or sound bar, this will transform the experience from watching a movie from such a cheap device, because the speaker in there is just not adequate. Today I'm going to show you some USB power devices which built into your clothing. You can find them in like insoles, scarf, and obviously jackets and vest. Well, one important advice I don't think anyone will tell you about Bluetooth is if you're using a cheap Bluetooth speaker, especially like this one, there is a lip sync delay. So better to use a wire connection if you have one of these cheap USB speaker. But if you have one of the latest model, they have better chipsets and you might not have that lip sync problem. What I mean lip sync problem is that the video is faster than the audio feed. So you have that kind of a catch up. It just doesn't match. And it doesn't, if you watch a movie, it doesn't work. So I got an iPhone, so I will go to iOS Cast. And then just follow the instruction on the screen, because all you need to do is bring down your menu, go to screen mirroring, and then attempt to find the projector. And I like the new design of the 2021 kind of a system, because on the top right corner on the projector screen, it does tell you that you're actually connected to the Wi-Fi network. Whereas before, the other projector I've tested, you don't know if you're actually connected to the network or if Wi-Fi is working or not. So it makes it very difficult to troubleshooting when you're trying to connect it to the screen mirroring. I am not on the same Wi-Fi network, that's why it's not working. So let's switch to my 2.4, which is what this should be using, and then go back to screen mirror again. And then you will see the WiMiUS S25. I don't know if it's focusing correctly. Focusing on my eye, so that's fine. I got close to my phone. So yeah, so you can see the projector name on the mirror screen, and then you just click on that. And give it a minute to connect. There we go. So now we have phone projected on the screen. Now I'm not sure why would people want to do this, because a lot of the time I do find the quality when you cast onto a projector is not that great. Hello? Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to have already done a few videos on Global Central. Now I do have a lot of negative comments on my previous video to get cheaper tech in the UK. So this is casting from my phone and playing YouTube. Okay, for example, let's play something off Amazon Prime. And what you will find is the phone is playing the video, but the screen will be either blank or just blank. Now this is because there is something called a high definition copyright protection. That means that your phone doesn't allow the streaming of a protected content onto the projector via screen mirroring or by cast. So the only way around that is to use a Fire Stick or Chromecast or some kind of a TV box which HDMI out the video into the projector, which is I'm going to show you next. What we need to do is we need to tell the projector to switch to source, to HDMI. Yep, HDMI. So now you no longer have the restrictions from the copyright protection. I think for a cheap projector like this, the best way forward is to use a Fire Stick or some kind of device to play all your favorite video. And even if you want to just watch YouTube, I do find a much better experience by using a Fire Stick device rather than casting on your phone. Hello, I'm Benson and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a 3D printer. So this one is from a company called 10Log. So that's all I have time for today for showing you the WiMiUS S25 model. Cheapest on the market, 2021. I think the menu is quite polished, so it's quite quick to respond in terms of choosing files or choosing your sources. Screen mirror, for me it worked. You just have to make sure you're on the same Wi-Fi network. And a lot of the time it only works on 2.4, it doesn't work on 5 gigahertz of a network. The sound, terrible because of the tiny speaker at the back here. The fan noise is already not too bad, but to overcome the fan and having the sound coming from this particular position just doesn't give you that submersive experience for watching on a big screen. I would definitely recommend a Bluetooth device. If you use a Bluetooth, make sure you have the higher end of the Bluetooth devices. The cheap speaker, sometimes you get a lip sync delay. It's not the end of the world. You can always use a wired transfer. So you can use the kind of a headphone jack or the AV out, connect to your Bluetooth speaker. It becomes a wired speaker, but it's better than having the lip sync problem. Like I show you here, this is the perfect viewing distance. It's actually quite big. I mean, if I stand right next to it to show you guys as a comparison, I mean, this is actually quite a big screen. And it suffers less of the focusing problem like the other projector that I have tested before. So the focus on the middle and to the edge is actually not too bad. I can't really see any visual problem with the edge being less of a focus or blurry. But at the same time, you can't have it tilted up or down, so you do have to have it mounted kind of a horizontal level. Anything to do with the keystone adjustment automatically make the edge blur. So imagine if I have it higher up on the ceiling and I need to adjust the angle, automatically it becomes an unusable kind of screen edges. And again, I don't know if it is a faulty unit here or if it is unique to this particular model where the keystone adjustment is just absolutely a no-go. So thank you very much for watching my video, and I can't wait to show you more interesting gadgets next time. Thank you and bye-bye.